Hello, this is Mr. Ahmed Khalifa. Today we'll be working on style and tone of the writing and language passages in SAT. Okay. In SAT, let us, before we go through the questions, let us say what is the style and tone or tone and style of any passage. It is the particular way the writer or the author uses language to reflect his unique voice, whether that voice is formal or informal. In SAT writing and language section, passages, we do have a distinctive style and tone for almost all the passages. In terms of register, just look at that word, register. What do I mean by register? I mean either formal or informal and sometimes semi-formal, okay? In terms of register, formal, informal, semi-formal, halfway in between, okay? Passages are written in formal tone. All the passages in the writing and language section are written in what? In formal tone. But that formal tone is accessible, manageable, easy to figure out by many. Okay, let us read together part of this. So style, as you can see here, this is the tone of the passage. Okay, here. Avoid ambiguity and choose a tone that is consistent with, matches with, that of the passage. Typically, the passage will be written in what? Formal yet accessible. I want people to look at that one. Formal yet accessible. All the writing and language passages in SAT section number 2 are written in formal yet accessible tone. The writing is scholarly, like what? Sort of what? Educated. But does not use unnecessary complex vocabulary, okay? We cannot see complex vocabulary. And we have to remember, always, satyrs always go for what? Simplest form, okay? And in terms of language, they don't go for very complicated language as well. Okay, let us divide the register here, or the language or the tone and style of used in passages into these three categories. General range that the SAT will test. Language that is conversational, we shouldn't go for. What does mean conversational? As the name may suggest, used in conversations. يعني not formal. خلينا نقول هنا conversational means what? Informal. Then we have got formal yet accessible. This is the language that we should be what? And the tone and style that we should be choosing. Formal yet accessible. And here we have got esoteric. What does it mean, esoteric? It's sort of language intended or likely to be understood only by what? Only by few people, or few number, or a small number of people. Those people are only specialized in whatever, some knowledge or field area of whatever of interest. It could be biology, it could be, like what? Those people only understand this. Again, we shouldn't go for esoteric اللي هي هنخليها نسميها very formal. We shouldn't choose this. Or conversational, which is what used in conversation اللي هي informal. Let us give some examples here. Bare bones. Simple. Facile. I will never go for facile. I will never go for bare bones because it's almost conversational, slang, but I'll go for what? Simple. How-tos. How to operate a machine, for example. I'll go for directions. Sorry, this is wrong. I'll go for directions, but I'll never go for protocols. I understand there are some protocols in politics, for example, in welcoming, doing the meet and greet of some people, but that's completely different word and it's only used in politics. Low troubles, no. Legal issues, fine. Formal yet accessible. Litigious concerns, you should stop it. Hodgepodge, no. Mixed, fine. Multifarious, wrong. Hemmed in, no. Limited, fine. Proscribed, no. Very esoteric, very formal. Double dealing, no. Dishonesty, fair enough. Chicanery, of course, that's what esoteric. Hopefully you understand. Shabab, banat, what you need to do is to go for what? To choose the vocabulary or the phrasal verb or the phrase that's formal yet accessible in order to what? To be consistent with what? With the tone of the best passage. With the tone of what? Tone of the passage. Fair enough? Let us see some questions here. Okay, and we start here with, yeah, question number 5 and 6. Question number 5 and 6. And let us go to question number 5 and 6. Yeah, fair enough. So we'll be doing now question 5 and 6. Okay, let us start. In response, the unions reacted with predominantly peaceful protests. Forget about this. Only becoming violent when provoked. Only becoming violent when provoked. Provoked means what? Incited. To make someone angry or annoyed, okay? So provoke, teacher, is it fine? Does provoke here? Provoke. Is it consistent with the tone and style of the whole passage? I think it is. I will never go for egged on. I will never go for irritated a bit conversational. I will never go for sit off. All of them are conversational except what? Provoked. That's what, ya shabab. Huh? Remember? Formal yet accessible. Fair enough. Let's go to number 6. Number 6, ya shabab, and I'm going to start reading from here. The press, however, worked against the labor unions. الصحافة يعني ضد الليبر unions اللي هو ايه يا شباب؟ الاتحادات العمالية دي. So the press, however, worked against. What do you think of worked against? And I feel it is consistent with the tone and style of the passage. Fair enough. What about toiled in opposition against? For me, it is conversational, not conversational, it is even too much and command wordy. I will never go for it. Got on the bad side of, conversational, informal. We're antagonizing to, even antagonizing, that's what ya shabab, very formal or esoteric. In that case, I have to go for what? For worked against, which is what? Which is formal yet accessible. Suits the tone and style of the passage. Thank you very much.